Santa's gift bag included cash for your kids or grandkids. How can you put that money to the best use in the new year? Edward Jones financial advisor Allison Gilman-Aquino is here with a little guest for us this morning. If only we could have these come by every day, right?
Exactly.
What do we have here?
This is Grayson William. He's 7 weeks old, and he just woke up and had his breakfast and decided he was going to come see you this morning.
We know how you feel, buddy. We got that same feeling around here. It's
Only you don't get to use a binky, do you?
No, right. Don't get to take a nap either.
His
right
parents
now.
kind of got to jump on things, Sean, because they really have gotten started early, saving for him for college and some of his other needs, because they recognize the fact that at 7 weeks old, you know, time's on his side. They've got plenty of time to invest for his future.
But it's just so outrageous with colleges now, especially if you want to go out of state or private schools. So what are some of these plans? 529 is one of the popular ones.
Right, and those plans, Sean, every state offers one, sponsors a 529 plan. And what they do is they allow parents, grandparents, everybody who loves your child to put away money for that child. Parents get to pick the plan they want. Wisconsin has a plan, but you can also shop other states' plans. Here's the bonus. You don't pay taxes typically on qualified expenses, things like tuition, books, room and board. Like I mentioned, anyone can contribute if you feel like it's important for your child to have some skin in the game. When they get old enough to invest and earn some money, they can contribute to their own 529 plan. The other thing that's kind of nice about it, let's say your child decides he or she wants to go to trade school instead of going to, say, a UW system school. It applies to that as well. So the people who made the 529 plans recognize mom and dad, grandma and grandpa, they all want to do the right thing. But at this point, you don't even know what your kids want to have for dinner tonight, much less what they want to be when they grow up. But they offer these kinds of, he's out.
Yeah, I know. I think he made it through about 5 seconds of our intro.
They offer these kinds of plans just so that mom and dad and grandparents have a way of contributing money, doing the right thing, getting an early start.
And that's one of the questions that comes up is with like those education IRAs. What happens if they decide that college isn't for them? Then what happens with the money?
Those education IRAs are also called Coverdale IRAs. At the end of this year, the limit that you can put in is going to go from $2,000 a year to $500 a year. The good thing about the Coverdale IRAs is that you can use those, for instance, for private high school, whereas 529s is more for college expenses. But 529s have kind of gone the way of the dinosaur. 529s have kind of replaced Coverdale IRAs in terms of that. But if you have a child you save for college for, and he or she decides they're not going to go, just remember that mom and dad control the money, and that's very important.
Got that right.
Very important. Unlike custodian accounts, which is with a custodian account, Sean, it's under the Social Security number of the child. And this can be a great account for you to use for non-education expenses. Maybe you want to save for your child's first car. Maybe you plan on, you want to help your child with their wedding expenses or buying that first house. Custodian accounts can be really, really nice, but here's the thing. In Wisconsin, the money becomes the child's at age 21. Whereas, so if you have a custodian account, the child says, I'm not going to go to college, and that's what you put the money away for in the custodian account, fine, use it for something else. In the 529, the college savings plan, if your child decides he or she's not going to go to college and you think that's a permanent decision, when you take the money back out, potentially, you get your principal back, return of principal to you, no penalty there. You pay ordinary income taxes on your earnings. You pay a 10% penalty on your earnings. It can be a little bit complicated, so the best idea would be also check with your tax advisor before you launch into this. You can tailor-make a plan right for you.
Yeah, what works best. Okay, Allison, thank you. Thank you, Grayson. Did a great
darling?
job, little buddy.
See if we can get one more shot of him.
Nice job, our little star. We knew him when. Look at that. He's like, yeah, just leave me alone. Where's Dad?
Get rid of these bright lights.
Thanks to Dad, too, for bringing him in. We appreciate it. If you have any questions, send them along. Wake up 6 at fox6now.com. Thanks, Allison. Hey, Rob.